Hey, so I just tried to record this message and I don't know what was going on. My nose kept clogging up, my throat kept messing up. I kept and I was like, man, what's up with my allergies? I ate a piece of ginger candy and I feel a little better, but I don't know. It was almost like I wasn't. Somebody doesn't want me to inspire you into a way that you will move on to create a better life for yourself. And what I was talking about was yesterday I quit my job. It was so fulfilling. I basically had a crowd behind me in the end going, I love you, you're so fucking awesome. And the funny thing is, they're all planning on doing the same thing. Because when you work with people or you're in relationships with people that undervalue you, steal your ideas, treat you like you're less than, which would be undervalue you. They underpay you. They use your time in a way that is beneficial to them and exhausts you. When you deal with people like that, you got to learn to cut it out. I don't know who remembers Full House, I think that was Uncle Joey. But age is showing at this point, I guess. Anywho, so yeah, when it finally came down to it, I had that feeling of quitting in my bones. And I had gritted my teeth so much. And yep, being short. And then I told myself, I'm not coming back to this another day. I am so done and over this. And I was. And I closed the door on that. Shit, I slammed that fucking door. I poured gasoline on it. I watched it burn. I did not care. I was like, this is my life. This is about me. I'm going to do what fulfills my soul and makes me happy. And I think a lot of people forget, like people will exercise because their body is visual, right? You can see it and they want to be complimented or they want to feel good. They have certain jobs because people are like, oh, that's awesome. Other people's opinions affect how people choose to live their lives. But what a lot of people forget is you have that spirit within you, that soul, that eternal existence, right? That energy to you. So if you're working in situations that drain you, that is suppressing your spirit. That is keeping you at a lower vibrational frequency to where you deal with toxic karmic people. And hold on one second. You're going to keep coming in here? Okay. All right. You do what you need. He was harassing under my door. But anyway, so when you're dealing with these people, you are selling yourself out in a way, right? And as you sell yourself out more and more and more, this creates more triggers within yourself. We all have childhood wounds because we were told, don't talk back. Don't just quit. All these things we were taught, right? Money is what rules the world. And just things that didn't serve our spirit. Things that serve the world in which we live in. And most of us realize, if not, will soon be realizing, this world is not here to bring us to our highest self. Right? This world is not here to help us become the best versions of ourselves and be more loving and open to one another. But that's what us light workers are here to remind you, that you can change everything around you by changing what you accept, how you view the world, what you're willing to put forth. And just like there are physical exercises to see the results on the outside, there's spiritual practices for the inside. And I'll tell you, when your inside glows, when you can change the energy in the room, when you can put a smile on somebody's sad face, when you can pick somebody up out of the mud and give them a hug and they're like, but I'm so dirty. And you're going, so? I'll be dirty with you. We can get clean later. It's fine. You need this. When you can start putting aside all the ew and the no and the don't, you can start to open up to a totally new world. And eventually, you won't find people stuck in the mud anymore. You won't find yourself, and this is figurative, of course. I'm not saying we go through and we see, oh, look at them, I need to go dig them out of the mud, you know. I'm not saying that. I'm saying in a spiritual sense where people are so dark on the inside because they've experienced so much pain and they don't know how to transmute that and present it to the world as a creative work of art. And if you can begin to own your pain and not blame others for it and question, why do I feel this way? Why do I let people walk all over me? Because believe me, I didn't just quit because I just quit. These were things that kept building up and building up. And I was allowing people to walk all over me and manipulate me in a certain way. Like yesterday, I said, I need to leave by 5 because I have another job I have to be at 5:30. And she goes, I'll try my best. And I said, no, I have to leave at 5. Well, it gets busy. I'll see what I can do. Well, my shift ends at 5. The owner hears all of this as I'm going in the bathroom. She follows me in and says, oh, you have another job? A second job? And I said, yes, ma'am. She said, oh, that's terrible. I said, yeah, it's terrible that we got to work sometimes because we got to make our bills. Didn't click in her head what I was saying to her. And she said, oh, okay, and walks out while I'm still trying to go to the bathroom. And in the end, something told me that the one that I had talked to, that I told her I need to be out by 5, I wasn't getting out by 5. And this happens regularly. So that was another reason I made the choice to go, you know what? I'm not going to keep sticking around for you to use me as you will and then ignore me when I have issues. Like when I was sick on Monday and they kept calling and calling and calling for me to come in. These are things I'm talking about. Me being sick and needing to rest was of no concern for them. But when they needed me to stay late and knowing I need to get to another job, they don't care. So at that point, I had to realize you're more valuable than this. You're worth more than what these people are allowing you to feel. And I know it's hard sometimes because we feel trapped in situations, For a long time, I was trapped. And I was trapped up here in my own mind. I was afraid to quit. I was afraid to take the next step. I have rent coming on the 1st, just like everybody else. I have bills that need to be paid, just like everybody else. But I took a leap of faith, knowing that I'm divinely guided and highly protected. And this is something that I will continue to share with the world, because we need more people that believe in a divine power. We need more people that are willing to take a leap of faith based off of the concept that I'm worth more than this. I deserve more than what you're offering me. And if you're not going to give it to me, shoo, 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 shoo. I'm not going to cry about it. Tear in a bucket, fuck it. I don't care. And, my daughter was more worried about my actions than I was. And I'm still, today, I'm going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. I'm still going to my other job, and that job was too freaking awesome. I sat with the coolest lady that's almost 90 years old, and we watched game shows and played along for the time that I was there. And today, same thing. I'm going to go hang out with her and made her a grilled cheese. Peeled her an orange, did the couple dishes that I got dirty. And we just sat there and chit-chatted. And it was like hanging out with my mamaw, which is awesome because I've been missing my mamaw for a really long time. And now I'm getting this chance to hang out with somebody's mamaw, that somebody that is old school. And she mentioned she lived in Europe at one point. So we're just now touching the surface of getting to share our life that we've had. So I'm sure there won't be a very dull time around her. Of course, I was tired because that was 13 hours yesterday that I had to work between kids and then an elderly woman. But I don't know. I'm excited to see where this all goes. Because, like I said, I poured gasoline on that last door. I burned it up and said, I don't care. And we're going into Mercury retrograde. I keep being reminded this. And I'm starting to see the effects of it already. Like, and the ex is already trying to message me from outside numbers that I had already blocked his number. And it's just like trying to jab at me, right? Make me feel bad about my choice. I don't feel bad about my choice. I got all this back together because of me. I got my life back in order because of me, not because of somebody else. And I can't say not because of somebody else. It is because of some greater power than myself. I will not sit here and keep saying, I did this on my own. I'm not so arrogant. I will say thank you. I will keep giving the praise. And I'll keep reminding other people, you're not alone in this life. At any time, if you feel like you're faced with an obstacle that you can't overcome, take the word can't out, because one thing I taught my kids is can't never could. And if you're going to keep going, I can't, you're never going to. So if you can take away the I can't and replace it with I don't want to, then you'll start finding how you're responsible for your own life, because can't never could. And if you don't want to, you won't. So hopefully that is a lot more clear than the last message I tried to bring in with a I have no clue what was going on. It was, we'll chalk it up to Mercury retrograde. So if you have the past trying to come back and it's things you didn't want, don't embrace them because you're lonely, desperate, feel helpless. You want security. Because believe me, if you go back to something from the past that hurts you, most of the time, things from the past don't put in the work and effort to heal. Especially if it's in a very short period of time. Now, if you are talking about someone you knew 10 years ago and things just didn't work out, it's up to you to choose how you want to approach new opportunities in your life. I'm not here to tell you to pick and choose who, what, where, when, or how. So all of that is you have to ask yourself, why? Why would I go back? Why am I choosing to even consider it? You have to sit down with yourself and you have to ask those questions. Even who are you? I said you. I was talking about me. But in the end, you have to start figuring out who you are, what you want. Where are you trying to go with your life? Build a plan. And it's like I told my son when he was, I want to say he was like 14 years old. He was cheating on his schoolwork and stuff like that. And I've always homeschooled him, so I knew if he cheated. And I sat down with him one day and I said, look, son, you have to realize you're not going to always be able to cheat and lie. You're not going to be able to fool the world, because they're going to see you through your actions, through your mentality, if you're educated or not. And you have to realize at some point you can't keep blaming your mother. You can't keep saying, oh, my father was like this is why I'm like that. You're going to have to take responsibility for your own life, and you need to build a plan for yourself. Make a decision of what you want to do with your future. What is going to make you happy? And I will support you 100%, but you have to be honest with yourself. You have to understand that you are responsible for every choice and every action you are going to make from this point on in life, because you are a young man and you are growing up, and that's not going to change. And I'll tell you, within a year, he came back to me and said, Mama, I decided I wanted to, and he told me his plan. And he's been working on that plan for the last 2 years. And he's excited about his future now. So hopefully that advice kind of boosts you and helps you realize too that you are responsible for the outcome of your life based off of the choices that you make. And that is affected by the people you allow into your life. So If you feel quitting in your bones and it's because people are too toxic, walk away. Quit. Drop the mic. Don't care anymore. And feel good about it. Don't question what happens next. Instead, start going, I wonder how this is going to play out now. Right? Embrace it with a happy attitude, childlike mentality, rather than that fear concept we've been taught as adults to, oh my God, I made the dumbest choice, and start tearing yourself down, because when you tear yourself down, all you've done is deplete all of your energy at this point. And when you deplete your energy, it's really hard to keep picking yourself back up. But I guess I'm going to leave it at that, and peace, love, and light, and I will holler at you later. Bye-bye.